Hello students, in today's class we are going to discuss application of Gauss law, electric field due to infinitely long straight conductor or straight linear charge. Okay, so first case, suppose this is a wire, it is an infinitely long straight wire. Okay, by using Gauss law we have to require a closed surface. This wire is uniformly charged and linear charge density on the wire is denoted by lambda. It is denoted by lambda. Suppose charge on the wire is Q and we have assumed a closed cylindrical closed surface like this. Suppose this is a wire, thin wire, and it is a cylindrical Gaussian surface, imaginary Gaussian surface. So let us assume imaginary Gaussian surface surrounded by the wire is this. Okay, and the length of this Gaussian surface is small l. Radius of the cylinder is r. So linear charge density on this wire is lambda equals to q total charge upon length. Okay, so we have considered three surfaces. One is this is a circular surface, this is cylindrical surface, and this is again circular surface. That's like this. Suppose this is a cylindrical wire, this is circular surface, another circular surface, and this is a curved surface. Okay, so we have assumed one is a this surface, another is this surface, and third is this. So suppose we are using this. Electric field is always acting perpendicular to the wire. So direction of electric field in this direction is E. Area of segment, this is S1 surface, S2 surface, and this is S3 surface. So normal of this surface is dA, and electric field acting in this direction E. For this surface, area in this direction and electric field acting in this direction. And for this surface, normal of the surface is dA in this direction and electric field acting in this direction E. Here one question arises in your mind: why electric field is perpendicular to the wire? So here we can explain. Suppose this is a wire, charge on the wire is Q, uniformly distributed. Suppose it is an observation point where we find the electric field. So we can draw a perpendicular line. This point is P, this is point O, and we have take here a small segment on which charge is dq. And similar distance we have another segment of the charge here is this is also dq, charge segment. And the electric field by this charge segment on P is acting in this direction. It is dE, and similarly electric field acting on by this dE. The component of this electric field is divided into two parts. One is in this direction and another is in this direction. Okay, and similarly the component of this electric field is acting in, one component is in this direction and another is in this direction. These two components are equal and acting in opposite direction, that's why they are cancelled to each other. Then the resultant electric field at point P is in this direction. This is the perpendicular of the wire. That's why we can say electric field is always acting perpendicular to the wire. Okay. Now we can find the electric field. So according to mathematical flux, we can find flux phi is equals to E dot d A to the for the closed surface, and this closed surface is divided into three surfaces. One is the ES1 dA, second is S2 EdA, and third is also for S3 EdA. These are individual surfaces, so that they are not closed. Combinedly, three surfaces are forming a closed Gaussian surface. That's now we can calculate phi equals to E dot dA is equals to here EdA cos theta. E dot dA equals to EdA cos theta. For surface S1, here is a theta. This is 90 degree angle. So theta is 90, so cos 90 equals to 0. That's why electric field for surface S1 is 0. Similarly, for S3 surfaces also 0, because here is also angle 90 degree. Therefore S3 is also 0. And for S2 surface, E and DA are acting in same direction. So there is angle between them is theta equals to 0. So cos 0 equals to 1. EdA cos theta, EdA cos 0 equals to 1. So we can write EdA. Okay, this is for S2 surface. This is for S2 surface. Now phi equals to EdA is equals to, here E is uniform, E is constant, because distance at every point is equal. That's why E is constant here. So E dA S2 E, and surface area of the cylindrical part. The cylindrical part is 2 pi. R is the radius and L is the length. Equation 1. Here we can write here integration of dA for S2 surface is equals to 2 pi R L. Okay? And according to Gauss law, phi equals to net emitting flux equals to net charge enclosed by the surface is equals to, and here sigma q equals to q, that's why q upon epsilon naught. This is equation number 2. Now comparing equation 1 and 2, so we can write here from equation 1 and 2, E into 2 pi R L is equals to q upon epsilon naught. That's why E is equals to q upon 2 pi epsilon naught R L. Okay, so q by L here is equals to linear charge density. So we can write here this is equals to lambda upon 2 pi epsilon naught R. This can be written as multiply and divide to both sides, up and numerator and denominator, 4 pi epsilon naught R. This can be written as 2 small k lambda upon R, because small k equals to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught. That's why we can write here E is inversely proportional to R. Okay? And vector notation is E vector equals to 2 lambda upon 4 pi. Here we can write it. Vector notation E vector is equals to 2 lambda upon 4 pi epsilon naught R, and electric field is acting in the direction of along the R, along the radius. So R cap. This is the vector notation. and the graph for E between E and R is here R, here E, and the graph is in this direction. In this type of graph, so E is inversely proportional to 1 by R. E is inversely proportional to R. And for directly proportional, we can write the graph is here 1 by R, here E, here 1 by R and E. That's why graph is this. This is the graph between E and 1 by R, and this is the graph between E and R. It is an electric field due to uniformly charged, linear charged by using Gauss law. Okay? And here is completed the application of Gauss law. In next class, we will discuss about numericals related for the Gauss law. Okay? Or I think one topic is left here. Electric torque acting on electric dipole in uniform electric field. Now in next class, we will discuss electric dipole placed in uniform electric field. Okay? Till then, have a good day. Thank you very much.